Yet for those who talk about the non-local mind, there are many disagreements on how and why mind may have non-local properties. And that debate is just one of many exciting things we'll be exploring here on the Other Singularity channel. Other areas we will be investigating include the frontiers of AI and quantum computing, studies in parapsychology, reports of near-death experiences and out-of-body experiences, current and historical cases where people appear to access information beyond the limits of the senses, UFO reports where non-local mind and non-local interstellar travel appear to feature, and much more. None of this is settled, but I don't believe that the big questions surrounding this subject are going to disappear either. If even a small part of this is valid, then the implications are highly significant. It would mean that both consciousness and intelligence are not just something happening inside our skulls. It would mean that our perceptions, insights, even our decision-making might involve a wider field of information. It would change how we think about learning, about creativity, about human potential, and it would raise serious questions about the direction we humans are currently heading as a civilization, as a species, and in terms of our place in the cosmos. In particular, that we may be building smarter machines based on an impoverished understanding of the mind. Ultimately, the other singularity may thus turn out to be vastly more disruptive and more transformative than the AI singularity. Before we go any further, I should tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Marcus T. Anthony, and this topic isn't just something I've studied intellectually. It's something I've explored directly for decades, through meditation, through careful attention to inner experience, and through working with people who seem to be able to access forms of intelligence that don't fit into our current models. At the same time, my academic background is in future studies and education, where I've spent decades researching how we think, learn, and imagine the future. This has led to my teaching related university courses for several years, writing many peer-reviewed articles, popular and academic books, and sharing these ideas at many international conferences. So I'm approaching this from more than one angle, both from experience and via more careful, science-based research. So this channel is an exploration of these kinds of questions, not from a position of naive belief, but nor from a position of hardcore skepticism. I mean, my biases are pretty clear as to where I stand. The assumption I make is that deep questions about the nature of consciousness itself are worth taking seriously and playfully. I'll be looking at different strands of evidence, from scientific studies and historical ideas to personal experiences and reports that are harder to categorize. Some of these topics sit comfortably within mainstream thinking, but many others, perhaps most, don't. Though the focus on the non-local mind will be constant, there will be several different kinds of content. Short videos like this one will be the norm at first, where I explore specific ideas in depth. But later there will be interviews with people working in and around these fields, some grounded in conventional science, others working at the edges of our known knowledge structures. And I'll also be looking at how all of this connects to the future. For there is more to the future than just robots and flying cars, more than just the future of technology. There's the future of the mind, for instance. Because if consciousness isn't confined to the brain, then you and I, and those who come after us, may be approaching a very different kind of threshold, nearing very different kinds of futures than we are often sold by our mainstream education systems and in our mainstream media spaces.